This is Shonda and Chuck Andrews, co authors of a very inspirational book called Through Sickness and in Health. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey,
Shonda, I guess the first question is for you. For people just hearing about the book for the very first time, tell us what led you to write it.
well, 5 years after we were married, I was diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia and did a lot of journaling. And through that journaling, God just kind of morphed it into a book and a testimony and a purpose.
Okay. And so you wanted to, why did you want people to know? You wrote the journal, you wrote the book. Why?
At first, it was kind of secretive, just to get it out. But after I kept reading through my journals, I was like, oh my gosh, how did I get through that? And then of course it was God that got me through the stuff I went through. And it was just amazing. I thought, well, people might need to hear that you got to hold on to God and God will carry you through anything.
And so, what do you what do you want them to understand? I mean, fully understand after reading Through Sickness and in Health?
Well, through sickness and in health, it's about marriage. It's not just vows that you repeat. It's a covenant and a promise to each other. And through trials and tribulations, no matter how difficult it gets, if you want to quit or your spouse wants to quit or other people telling you to quit, just don't quit. Hold on to God and choose each other.
Okay, so Chuck, we always have the husband side. What's your part of all this?
Well, my part as the husband was to keep the family together, get us through one day at a time, and try to get her well. I mean, she was going through so many problems, and really wouldn't seem to be getting much better with the doctor's help. So we just kept following the next right thing to come along to help her get better.
And so, what do you want husbands, wives, caregivers, what do you want them to understand about walking beside someone through a difficult journey like this?
Well, all you can do is just handle today's situations. You can't get overwhelmed with tomorrow that much. You just got to take care of today. He's got an answer waiting for you if you'll follow him and seek his truth and wisdom. He'll get you where you need to be.
And at what point did faith become a major part of this story for both of you?
Well, I had faith when I was young, 5 years old. I was reading John 3:16 and learning how to read. And actually, I saw Jesus play with me when I was little, so I had to hold on to him. I had him, and I remember that when I was going through stuff, I would always come back to that memory of Jesus was with me, playing with me. And so I knew he was always there, and I clung to him.
So, when you guys go visit a church, somebody's invited you to talk to their congregation or a function, what can people expect to hear, and what experiences can they expect to hear?
Well, the experience is living through a mental illness and coming out on the other side. Living through addiction, which addiction doesn't always look like you think. It's not always the stereotype, a person out on the streets scoring pills or heroin or meth addict or whatever. Yes, that's true. But in my case, it's just as simple as taking a prescription the doctor gave you. And I couldn't breathe without it. So coming through that, how I came through that to get on the other side with freedom and healing and purpose and, without all that stuff. It's a big journey, and it's all God for sure.
And so, what kind of encouragement do you hope people leave with after they've heard your message?
Well, Jeremiah 29:11 says that God says, I know the plans that I have for you, says the Lord. Plans to help you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. So God has a plan for you. He has a unique answer for your situation. And we want to help people follow their path. God made you unique. There's only one you. And there may only be just one answer for the situation you're going through. It's not just healing, but it's any impossible looking situation. God is the answer.
And then the healing also is not a miracle instantaneous, which I prayed for. I wanted it to go away. I didn't want it. And I would try to have enough faith and believe that I was no longer sick. But God chose me to have a thorn in my side, and I had to learn how to get through it and depend on Him one day at a time. Sometimes it was 1 hour at a time. But I've got to depend on God 100% daily.
Okay, so for pastors or church leaders that might be watching this today, why do you believe this message connects with churches today?
Because people always have problems. It doesn't matter. We never know what the person in the pew next to us is going through. Everyone's going through something. But God has an answer for that situation. He does. And God will help you find your path, your purpose. He's faithful.
All right, so what would you say to someone right now? They're struggling right now. They feel overwhelmed and alone. What do you tell them right now?
I would tell them to slow down, and don't try to rush yourself. Don't try to find the answer in a moment. I mean, it may take smaller steps. It may take a method. It may take obedience. It doesn't just come in an overnight prayer or a visitation to a doctor's office. It may take a life change in your life to get you on the right course.
Yeah, and God will carry you through it. You know.
So if someone could take away just one message, what would you want it to be?
Well, through sickness and in health, you know, you can get through any trial and still choose each other. And I think that is a big message that needs to be heard today. People sometimes get married and they're like, well, you know, if it don't work out, I'll get divorced. You know, don't go in with that thinking. You know, I mean, it's a for real commitment and a promise to each other. It's not just something you jump into. So I think that's a big purpose of this.
Okay, so before we close, is there anything else you'd want people to know about your ministry and your heart behind this message?
I just want to share our testimony. I just want to share how good God is, no matter how bad things look. And nothing is impossible with God.
His words are still true. You know, I am the way, the truth, and life. You know, follow me. And if we'll follow him, he's the shepherd. He'll take care of us. He has the answer for us. And we'll just depend on him. And his mercies are new every morning. And so he's going to give you fresh strength, fresh answers. And when impossible situations raise their head, you just attack them.
Well, fantastic, y'all. I want to thank you both for sharing your story and your heart with us, and thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
God bless.